In our last program, we have discussed the concept of common isolates, phase relation, and systems and spatial. Today we will take up the method by which the classified items as per Coulomb classification could be arranged, and book number, collection number, and finally the index of Coulomb classification.
In our earlier programs, we were discussing the construction of class number. Today, we will see how these are to be arranged in a sequence. In our second program, we discussed the different digits or symbols that are used in the notational scheme of Coulomb classification. Each of these digits have fixed ordinal value, according to which they are arranged in a sequence. In this chart, you will notice the sequence of arrangement of all the symbols which are in ascending order. Bracket, arrows, 0, inverted comma, dot, colon, semicolon, comma, and hyphen have lesser ordinal value than the Roman small letters. Roman small letters have lesser ordinal value than the Indo-Arabic numerals. Lastly, Roman capitals have lesser ordinal value than the bracket. Let us consider some class numbers and try to arrange them in helpful sequence. Suppose we have 8 class numbers. If we consider the first digit of all these class numbers, then you will notice that in 3 cases the first digit is B. In 3 cases it is 2, and in 2 cases it is D. Just now we mentioned to you that the ordinal value of Indo-Arabic numerals is less than the Roman capital letters. So, the cases where class numbers are starting with 2 will be arranged first in the sequence. Now, what should be the arrangement within these 3 class numbers? For this, we have to consider the second digit of these 3 class numbers. Now, according to the ordinal value prescribed for each symbol, dot comes before colon and colon comes before Indo-Arabic numerals in the sequence. So the arrangement of these 3 class numbers would be like this. Now we are left with 5 more class numbers which are to be arranged. The ordinal value of B is less than D. So the class numbers starting with B will come before the class numbers starting with D. Now, what should be the arrangement of these 3 class numbers starting with B? According to the sequence given, the arrangement of these 3 class numbers should be like this. But this is wrong. You may ask why. Well, the Roman small letter attached to the main class B is an anteriorizing common isolate. According to the rules, the class numbers having anteriorizing common isolates precedes the original class number. Therefore, BA should come before B, and finally B0, B, X5. Now, 2 more class numbers are left which are to be arranged. Out of these 2, we have to decide which should come first. In both the cases, you will notice that up to D65 it is common, and after this they are followed by the subject device number. So, we have to decide whether M2:55 comes first or M14 comes first. We know that Indo-Arabic numerals have lesser ordinal value than Roman capital alphabets. Therefore, the class number having 2:55 should precede the other one. So, the sequence of the 8 class numbers would be like this.
I hope that you have understood the arrangement of class numbers according to colon classification. Let us consider a situation where we have books with same class numbers. For example, textbook of algebra, theory of algebra, and algebra all having same class number B2. Now, the problem is how to arrange these books. Which of these books will come first? Ranganathan has visualized this problem and devised colon book number, which can individualize books having same class number and also fixes the position of the books relative to other books in the library. Ranganathan has given unique facet formula for book number. L, F, Y, A, dot, V, hyphen, S, semicolon, C, colon, CR. The facet L represents language number. Facet F stands for form number. Y facet represents year number and facet A is for accession part of the number. Facet V stands for volume number and a dot is used to give different number of volumes. The facet S stands for supplement number. It is preceded by hyphen. The facet C represents copy number and preceded by semicolon. Lastly, the facet CR represents criticism number, which should be preceded by colon. Before we proceed further, let me tell you that a detailed account of the facet formula for book number has been discussed in Block 2 of Course 3P in Unit 5 on page number 78 to 80. Here, we are only discussing some typical examples of book numbers. Let us see the use of language facet in book number. Look at these two titles. Books, Mathematics and Ganit belong to the same main class B, Mathematics. But the first book, Mathematics, is in English language. So, the number for English language is 111, given in the book number taken from Language Isolate table. Similarly, the second book, Ganit, is in Hindi language, and the number for Hindi language is 152. Please remember, if a library is having most of books in any particular language, then there is no need to give language number in the book number. Consider the next two titles, which show the use of year number in book number. The book Political Theory is published in 1981. The class number is W and book number M1 represents 1981. The second title, Textbook of Political Science, published in 1989, is having W as class number and book number M9 represents 1989, which is year of publication. Here we have seen two books having same class number as well as language number. In such cases, the year number helps in identifying the books. If the same book is having different editions, then the year of edition will represent the year number. Consider an example when a book is in multi-volumes. The book Economic Theory is in 3 volumes and published in 1982. For the first volume, the class number is X and the book number is M2.1. Here, M2 stands for 1982 and .1 stands for first volume. For second volume, the class number is the same and book number is M2.2. M2 stands for 1982 and .2 stands for second volume. Similarly, for the third volume, the class number is X and the book number is M2.3. M2 stands for 1982 and .3 stands for third volume. Consider a situation where the same book is having multiple copies. The copy number in book number helps in identifying them and also brings them together. In this example, we will see that there are 3 copies of the book Textbook of Mathematics. The year of publication is 1982. The first copy is having B as class number and M2 as book number. In the case of first copy, there is no need to add copy number to the year number. For second copy, the class number is B and the book number is M2:1. M2 stands for 1982 and (1) stands for second copy. For the third copy of the book, the class number is B and the book number is M2:2. Here, M2 stands for 1982 and (2) stands for the third copy.
Now, after understanding the book number of colon classification, let us take up some examples having common class number with different book numbers. Let us try to arrange them in a helpful sequence. Since the class number is common in all the cases, the arrangement should be done with the help of the book numbers. Out of these 8 book numbers, the first digit in 6 cases starts with M, and in 2 cases it is L. According to the sequence of the digits, which we discussed at the beginning of this program, L comes before M. Therefore, the 2 examples having L as the first digit in the book number will come first in the sequence. 8 comes before 9 in the sequence. Therefore, L8 will come first and then L9:1. Now we have to arrange the book numbers having M as its first digit. In all the cases, you will notice that the second digit is common, that is 2. Therefore, for the purpose of arrangement, third digit should be considered. We know that full stop comes before semicolon and semicolon before colon. So, the arrangement of all the book numbers would be like this.
The third part of call number is collection number. Collection number is added to the book number to distinguish the collection to which it belongs to. In a library, there are variety of books. If we group these books according to their size, type, department, and service, a helpful order can be achieved. Therefore, collection number is given to each group of books. With the help of collection number, the books belonging to a particular group can be placed together. Ranganathan has given the scheme to group the collection. If the book is undersized, then underline the book number. For oversized book, overline the book number. In the case of abnormal book, underline as well as overline the book number. Books can be grouped according to reading room collection. We can group books according to departments also. In the case of library science department, the number for library science is taken from the schedule and D is the first letter of the word department. Let us take some examples and find out how the collection number is added to the book number. Little Oxford Dictionary. This is a case of undersized book. For Little Oxford Dictionary, the class number is P111 small k and the book number is K5, which is underlined. New Webster Dictionary of the English Language is a case of abnormal size book. For New Webster Dictionary of the English Language, the class number is P111 small k and the book number K5 is underlined as well as overlined. National Geographic Atlas of the World is a case of oversized book. For National Geographic Atlas of the World, the class number is U small f and the book number K5 is overlined. The book colon classification is a case of worn out book. The pages are torn and loose. For colon classification, the class number is 2:51N3 and the book number K5 is encircled.
The last topic of today's discussion is the index of colon classification. As we all know, it aids in classification. It gives reference to the location of all the terms in the schedule. Ranganathan has provided 6 indexes. Index to the rules part, geographical index, index to natural groups in botany, index to natural groups in zoology, index to schedule part, index to classics and sacred books. We will discuss the index to the schedule part. It is an alphabetical index which lists all the isolate terms along with their isolate numbers. At the beginning of the index, general instructions are given on how to use the index. See, for example, abnormal is the isolate term. S stands for the main class psychology. T stands for main class education. P represents fundamental category personality. 6 is the isolate number for the personality facet. This number is same for the personality facet both in main classes psychology and education. X stands for main class economics. E is the fundamental category energy and 9P is the isolate number for energy facet. Z stands for main class law. P2 represents second level of personality and 16 is the isolate number for second level personality facet. At some places in the index, the relative terms are placed together. Let us try to understand this with the help of an example. You will notice that the terms sessions case, sessions court and sessions trial are relative and are placed together in the index.
Let us sum up what we have discussed today. Symbols used in the notational scheme of colon classification have fixed ordinal value and are arranged in ascending order. Book number helps in individualization of books. Ranganathan has given facet formula for book number L F Y A dot V hyphen S semicolon C colon CR. Collection number distinguishes the different collection in the library. Colon classification has 6 indexes. One of them is Index to Schedule Part.
In this series, we have seen that colon classification is a faceted and analytico-synthetic scheme of classification. It is based on the 5 fundamental categories P, M, E, S, T. The other important features of colon classification are the devices, common isolates, phase relation, systems and specials, and finally the provision for the book number and collection number. With this, we end the series on colon classification.